The world is watching what's happening right now. I'm at the same time recording this video. I have a live feed of all the details, every single minute, all the new developments that are going on. In today's video, we are going to focus on the economic aspects, how this will impact you directly, what will happen to the price of oil in the near future. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. I'm going to be skirting around certain terms to evade the watchers, but we both know what subject I'm talking about today. The very first thing, I have some notes that I'd like to get through. And the very first thing is the fact that oil could easily hit $150 a barrel. There are many reasons for this, but this whole region that we are talking about is always a hotbed. It's something that within a rapidly short period of time, you could see big changes, big swings in the price of oil on the way up as well as the way down. Things can change. I covered this extensively on the Finance Friday, but as you see here in the previous trading session, oil went up in the case of WTI by 7% in a single day. That could continue to multiply over and over again. Oil is a big one. One of the reasons why that could occur relates to the Strait of Hormuz. And so you will see that here, you're probably already aware of it, but it is a choke point where a lot of the world's oil moves through, and it can be put through a blockade. And that could happen very quickly. I would say very easily to some degree. And this would be a major problem, directly impacting the flow of oil, as a result, the price of oil. And you might say, well, the United States can do it all on their own, or all these different things. But that's not the way it works today. It's not as if you can suddenly just shift everything and say, no, all the oil stays here. You can't do that, okay? This is going on right now, today. The threat is there, and so certainly you want to watch out. The price of oil at $70 a barrel, doubling, potentially more, is very real. But as I said, if the escalation or the de-escalations do happen, the price will change fast. So keep an eye on that. We have the very realistic potential that this goes wider, much wider, and the reverberations keep going on and on and on. One country gets pulled in, another country gets pulled in. What happened with those countries in the early 2000s that dragged on forever and ever, it seemed? Those particular countries that had blowback effects, the people that were involved there, they dealt with the consequences for many years, and some are still dealing with those consequences today. So understand that this could go from something very much, a regional conflict to beyond, and beyond into our doorstep, onto our doorstep. So don't think for a second that something happening on the other side of the world can't affect you. This is big. Of course, if that is going to impact you, it's going to impact potentially the prices you pay, the gasoline you're dealing with every day when you're driving your car. The price of transportation goes up. You have shortages that start to happen. If one country starts buying a product from where you were getting it before, now suddenly they got more demand, same supply, that would, of course, bring the prices up too. Part of the process that's going on today is that the contractors, the individual companies you're seeing here, of course, this is just like a random sample I pulled from an image. these companies could potentially do well because they're going to be directly involved. And just for the Finance Friday, Ray, shout outs to Ray, to cover it a little bit further, you usually, with any contract, you usually get a boost, even if that stuff that's being made and it's being, put to work, let's say it's like for next year, still the rumors, the news, all that activity could absolutely create a short-term boost in these companies, bottom line right here. So keep an eye on these. I think morally not good, but anyway, that's besides the point. The next and last thing is the rebuilding process. So all part of these, it's all a money maker. Somebody's making money along the way. The thing that's a little bit different is that there won't be American companies likely taking part in any rebuilding. And so the investment options will absolutely be limited. So just keep that in mind, okay? I think it is very important to keep an eye on all of these aspects. I tried to keep it as vanilla as we can get, but still give you very good information. This is the kind of stuff that it's a hard subject because people just get into shouting matches and I'm right and you're right and they're the good guys and they're the bad guys and all that stuff. I just want to give you details, facts, whatever, your favorite YouTuber or podcast or whatever they want to deal with and talk about, and they can do that. I like to give information so that you have it and you could decide what you want to do with it. That's what this channel is all about. This is the money GPS. I do not spoon feed people. I give you the absolute facts, undisputable facts, as we did today. What did we talk about? We were looking at the potential for oil to hit $150 a barrel. And you might say, the likelihood is too low, or it's not going to happen, or we are energy independent and all that. Well, let's be honest. Like, even if the US is doing this, they're making all this oil, you're still importing all this oil. So the process can't simply, you can't just say, okay, no oil for them, all the oil for us. It doesn't work like that. Could they potentially do that? Yes, but it doesn't work like that. The prices just go higher. Transportation, all of your food, everything, it's moving, it's transporting somewhere. And that means the prices go higher. This causes inflation. This puts a burden on the economy very fast. Oil at $150 a barrel is a recession. Straight up. So if you want to know, that won't impact me if the price of oil goes up for a relatively short period of time. Okay, not if it's a couple days or something, but a relatively short period of time, that's a recession right there. So these are just some of the things that I got into today. And obviously, we need to pay close attention to the details. They're evolving so fast. By the time you're watching this video, maybe everything's completely different. All right? I want to thank you for being here today. This is the Money GPS, where I get into the details that others simply, they're just not aware of it, okay? The other YouTubers, they're just not aware in many cases. I've been studying this stuff for a very long time. I'm not, I know a lot of people love bandwagons. They love tribes. I've never been able to really fall into any category or box. Not that I intentionally try that, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. But anyway, so what you're getting here is really the most raw detail possible, which I love, and most people don't, but the people who do, thank you for being here. If you want to join the Finance Friday, it's where we get to hang out as friends and be together for 2+ hours every time. and get into the details. Like, we got into way more detail than this. But if you want to join up, you can try it. You can email me at themoneygps.com/live. I hope to see you there. If you want to support this channel, hit that thumbs up button. When you do, you are in fact supporting me, okay? It's a big deal. So just hit that thumbs up button below. The link, themoneygps.com/live, right there. I hope to see you on the Finance Friday. And that's it. Take care. See you soon.